Hey, everybody, welcome to the Tuesday Leadership Zoom. I am just so excited. It's the new year. It's finally here. I think there was a lot of us waiting for 2020 to be over, and 2021 is finally here. And the excitement, the buzz in the air, um, the announcements that are going to be this week, I cannot wait. I'm so excited for it, and I know all of you are too. And Ultimate Thriver, if you guys have not signed up for Ultimate Thriver yet, you all need to do that. I mean, hey, it's the new year. We're going to go lose some weight anyways and get healthier. Why not? See if we can win some money doing it, right? And don't forget to get your customers involved and send out messages to all your promoters. Don't just assume that they're seeing it. Make sure that you are taking the initiative and getting out there and letting people know what's happening right now with Lavelle. And I have a feeling that this Thursday, it's going to be a pretty monumental day. If you guys saw Jason Kemper's post, pretty excited, pretty excited. So it's become kind of a tradition. I've been doing this Zoom now for, oh gosh, 2.5 years. I've interviewed at least 100 different 200Ks, and it's kind of become a little bit of a tradition for our top money earner in Lavelle, our upline, Mauria Dillard, to kick us off every new year. And I messaged her and she said, absolutely. And you know what's so crazy is I remember when I got started in network marketing and somebody said to me, you know, you made it when people don't know who you are anymore. And it's so funny how many people have messaged me saying, who is Mauria? And there's so many new people signing, and it's just like, wow, to have a business that huge with that much amazing layered leadership. Like, how cool is that? That that I mean, to be making residual income like that, I'm so excited. If you guys don't know who Maria is, if you're on this particular Zoom, Maria is our upline. She is somebody that I aspire to be, I look up to, and she is such an amazing human. And I cannot wait for you guys to hear from her today and hear her story and her journey and her tips, because if you are not taking note and taking a pen and piece of paper and jotting down some things today, that's a big mistake. And we are recording this, for those of you guys that are like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to listen to this twice or three times. This is recorded. We'll get the recording out right after, but I am so excited. Oh, sorry, my phone is ringing. I'm so excited because it's exciting to be able to talk to somebody that's been in this for almost since the beginning, and to be able to share just her journey and the experiences. And not only that, but success leaves clues, guys. I mean, if you're going to do it, you want to do it like the people that have done it before you. And I love the simplicity, how Maria is sticks to the same plan. She keeps it simple, and she's doing the same thing today that she did when she first started, to see the success that she's seeing and this amazing team is seeing. And it's so crazy how one yes, you guys, can lead to thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of other yeses. It's so cool. So Maria, I think you might be on at this point. You'll have to unmute yourself.
Hey, Lisa, I'm here.
There you are. Yay. Oh my gosh. First of all, I want to
Hi.
thank you so much. I know you're busy, and I just appreciate you so much for being able to hop on with us today and share. And there's so many people. I mean, I looked in the cloud office and I'm like, holy crap. Just sorry, my phone keeps ringing. I'm like, holy crap. We have so many new people that have just signed in the last 2 days. And I'm like, there's so many people that don't know who you are. And I would love for you to kind of like share a little bit about like what you were doing before this industry, like, and then how you found it, and kind of like a little bit of background, and then how you found Lavelle, and we'll kind of go from there.
Right. Okay. Well, awesome. And Happy New Year, guys. And my kids went back to school today, so I feel like I can actually be like all in again. Holy moly, like them. I mean, I love having them home, but it's like, okay, wait, I got work to do. Like you go do your thing. And I know that they were super excited to see their friends today. So, yes. So those of you, I'm going to open up the chat so I can see if you have been here with us for less than 6 months. Can you please let me know? I see a lot of familiar faces. Y'all are the oldies but goodies, right? But if you have been with us in the last, or joined us in the last 6 months, then please, yes, let me know. I want to kind of get a feel for who I'm talking to here too. And thank you, Lisa, for always leading like you do. It's kind of funny that you said there's a lot of people that have no idea that I'm your upline. And that's kind of funny, but it's honestly a true reflection of the leadership that you have between me and you, which you guys have insane leadership between me and you. So I'm not your upline that's checked out. I can assure you that. Courtney's like, nope. But there's always something that I'm here to give to my team. But the reality is that you have people that are a lot closer to you that have plugged you into them and all the goodness that they have to share. And so you guys are so fortunate for that as well. So, okay, I'm seeing a lot of you are brand new. So those of you that are brand new, I hope that you've caught on to the fact that this is truly a vehicle that can absolutely transform your life. Everything about our life today is so different than where it was before. So I'm going to take you guys back. I've actually been thriving for 7 years. I joined Lavelle in October 2013. I started as a customer first, just tired, exhausted mom, 4 kids. Background is in speech pathology. So I went to school for a really long time. I do have a master's degree and all those little initials after my name. But I was working in the home health setting. We had moved to West Texas, about 4 hours away from all our friends and family. Twin 3-year-old boys. My son was in elementary. My daughter was in junior high. And I had really kind of hit an all-time low of where I was mentally and physically. I was exhausted. I was in a funk. My insecurities were insane, which was affecting a lot of things in my marriage. I was pouring everything I had in my patients all day long, every day. I actually worked, like I said, in home health, but that was more with the geriatric setting. So I was treating patients that had just were recovering from stroke, worked with a lot of Alzheimer's and dementia patients, sometimes would see a traumatic brain injury. So I poured everything I had into my career, helping people improve their quality of life. That'll kind of explain a little as to my drive here, but my whole career has been based on helping people improve their quality of life. But then I came home and had absolutely nothing to give to my family, would dread everything the kids had going on, which mainly it was Jaden. Jaden was in junior high and junior high sports, and driving, an hour to a game or an hour and a half to a game that only lasted 40 minutes, because that's what you do in West Texas. But not a pair of jeans in my closet fit. And finally just said, enough's enough. I've got to do something different. My family deserves more. This is not me. This is not who I am. I'd always been a pretty driven, outgoing, happy person, but I was not at that time. No stranger to health and wellness. I'd actually taken another health and wellness product religiously for about 11 years. Kind of gave it a shot at promoting it, but it was just too dang hard, and I quit. And because, you find ways to quit when you're not really in it. But I did take the product for 11 years. So I believed in nutrition. I believed in supplementation. And I knew that I needed to do something for myself, for my family. It was time. And the fun thing is, though, guys, I have to share with you, I think this is such an important part of my story, is that I had a lot of friends that were promoting other health and wellness products on Facebook at that time that I was actually closer to relationship wise. But I actually reached out to Tony when I said, enough's enough, I've got to do something different. And I did not reach out to Tony to start a business. I had done direct sales before. I actually was a consultant, I guess was the word. We sold jeans and in-home parties. And so I would carry hundreds of jeans in the back of my car and set them up, and people would try them on and I would take them back. And I swear that led to back problems later, but we worked our butts off. There was no residual in that because nobody buys a new pair of jeans every month, right? So worked my tail off in a party plan company. But that was kind of the first time that I did realize, I'll never forget, I was actually sitting at home on the couch. I had my big horseshoe pillow and I was nursing twins. And like mamas do, I multitasked and I opened up my computer and saw my back office and saw that I'd actually made money from this little home party business that I had joined. And because I taught other people how to do what I did, I had built a team, and I was at home sitting on the couch nursing my babies, and I was making money. And that was the first time that I'd ever been introduced. Like I said, it wasn't residual income, but it was the first time, God bless you, nursing twins. Hey, it was easier. It was easier than otherwise, especially when they're baby number 3 and 4. Like, you just know what to do, and your body knows what to do by then. Anyway, that was the first time that I had been like, oh, because everything I had ever done before was I didn't get paid unless I went to work. Okay. So obviously I was not opposed to this industry. I'd seen people be successful in this industry. I just hadn't hit a home run in the industry. But I will say, with that party plan company, it never allowed me to quit my job as a speech therapist, but it did allow me to take down the hours a little bit more. Although I will tell you, I was then outside the home a lot because it was a party plan. So I would leave the house, whatever. But it did allow for some fun, guilt-free mom's night outs, and made some money, right? So back to this whole, my decision, who I reached out to. Now, again, I said I had friends that were promoting health and wellness products that I was closer to, but Tony just kept, now she had private messaged me. How do I know Tony? She's a nurse that I used to work with. Okay. We worked for the same home health company. She was a nurse, did marketing for the agency. And then I was a speech therapist treating the patient. So like, her knowing what I could do helped her grow, blah, blah, blah. There you go. So she reached out to me, and I honestly think it's because she saw me running around like a chicken with my head cut off when those twins were born, because she saw me go from 2 kids to 4 kids overnight. And she saw me, peeling up, driving in as fast as I could to the home health agency, getting out of the car, running in, throwing in paperwork. The twins are in the car in car seats. I'm like praying no one, we lived in small towns, but you're like, okay, wait, surely nobody will like call the police on me because I left my twins in the car. But do you know how hard it is to get 2 car seats out of the car to run in just to give them a piece of paper like that? That was the days before we did digital anything. Okay. And again, like, I'm not a bad mom. Like, there was like a lady sitting right there watching my car. We lived in that. Today I probably wouldn't do it, but 10 years ago, yes. So anyway, she saw my chaos, and she's thinking, that poor woman, that poor mama, she needs this. And what happened was, as Tony started feeling amazing with Thrive, she was sharing it with other people, and they were coming back with stories. And so she knew I needed this. Like, she knew what it had done for her, but she knew what it was doing for all these other mamas that she had helped. And so she's like, gosh, like, when is this girl going to trust me? And so she was persistent, y'all. And some of those messages to her are so catty and nasty, and I'm embarrassed about some of those messages that I sent back to her, because I wasn't in a good place. Okay. When you're not in a good place, when you don't feel good, when you're not in a good place mentally or physically, you're probably not very nice, right? I was not nice at that point. I needed Thrive. So when I hit that place, though, I reached out to her. And here are some reasons that I reached out to her. I didn't know then, but over the years I've realized this, y'all. She had stories. Our stories are like none other, and they are stories that are relatable. So stories were huge. I was seeing those things. I wasn't just seeing, like, my friends would just like post these products or whatever, but Tony was sharing stories. Even then, we did have a Lavelle fan page. Our marketing is so much better today than it was in 2013, but she had stories. She had her own stories. She had stories of friends. I was seeing simplicity. Everybody knows there is no way you're going to stick to anything unless it is simple, especially me at that stage of life, 4 kids, trying to get 4 kids out of the door in the morning. My husband always had to be at work before me. And so that was me doing all that. And holy moly, I needed simple. And so it was simple because she was always talking about it. It was just 1, 2, 3. It was simple. It was 1, 2, 3. It was simple. She had stories. And then, y'all, there were successes. Back then in 2013, she was already sharing successes of people that had gone 200K. I didn't know what that meant, though. So back up. But she was sharing stories of people going 200K. But she was sharing stories of people earning an iPad mini, people earning a car. I know enough about this industry to know that they don't just like give away cars left and right unless you're with LaBelle and they give it away to the second rank of the company. That's another story. But I knew that there had to be something working here if she's got all these stories and people earning iPads and cars, right? So again, did not want to join the business, told her that, like flat out cut her off anytime she tried to mention anything about the business, that I want to thrive. And I was ready to thrive. And so she said, okay, if you'll order, back then we had a tone pack. It was $140. It only came with capsules and lifestyle mix. And she said, I'll send you free DFT. I said, great, I'll get on an order tonight. She put the DFT in the mail. Guess what happened? My paycheck didn't come. So I just started, again, we had just moved to West Texas. The home health agency I was working for still sent paper checks. They sent them from North Texas. I waited on a paycheck to hit the mailbox so I could take it to the bank to place my first order. And I had to message her and embarrassingly say, I can't order yet. I cannot take another $140 out of my budget. Like, I am waiting on that paycheck, Tony. So embarrassed, so embarrassed. She had already sent me the free DFT. So I was one of those people that like you're like seriously annoyed with, but I'm telling you, don't be seriously annoyed with those people because you never know. She wouldn't have guessed that we were in a financial bind. On paper, it looked good. We had a pretty house. We had pretty cars, but we were drowning in debt. And also with that move, I drained my savings account. And I didn't work for several months as I was getting the kids settled and just moving into a new place. I mean, again, we live 4 hours away from all our family and friends. Well, now we have friends here. I built some friends here, but, at the time it was a lonely place and we were in a rough spot, but she didn't necessarily know that. I admitted that to her, but not everyone will admit to you the rough spots that they are in. So 3 things that you have to shout from the mountaintops, guys, is our simplicities, the stories, and the successes. There are stories out the wazoo around here. Shannon, we're going to talk about debt. Yes. If you voice that and you say, I will get out of the debt, I want you right now. I want you, when this is over, I want you to write down all the lists of all the debts that you have. Next week, when you get paid, I want you to use some of that debt to pay off that smallest one that you've got. And then you're going to use it and you're going to keep doing it and you're going to keep doing it and you're going to keep doing it. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to be the most freeing, most amazing, like empowering thing that you'll ever experience when you get out of the debt. Yes, the debt snowball. When you get out of that and you use this vehicle to do it, holy moly. So that should be the majority of your vision board because it will be so freeing. And then you're going to teach other people how to do it. And you're going to say, I did this. And then they're going to say, well, I want to do it too. And show me how. And you've got the vehicle because we have the simplicity. We've got the stories and we have the successes. Y'all, I don't know what is going to happen in a couple of days. A lot of times people think that I'm like privy to all the things. Sometimes I get a little tidbit of something, but I don't know what they're going to do. But here's what I know. For 7 years, I've watched this company. No, I haven't watched this company. I'm a part of this company. I've ran with this company, throwing amazing things out for every single one of us. I just made a decision that I was not going to watch this pass me by. And if there's one thing that we can kick off this year with, guys, is you have to get your mind in a place that will blow your mind. Okay. That's one of the biggest pieces of advice that I've seen recently. And I will tell you guys, I am itching. I am leveling up just because I've earned 8 figures with this company and I'm about to hit it all over again. That means that double that thing does not mean that I am done here because I'm building a legacy for my family. I have legacy vision. I don't just look at what am I doing this week or next week. Thank God I'm naturally a big picture thinker. Lisa and Chat Courtney, well, I think Chas and I we operate on a lot of the same wavelengths, but don't expect me to teach you a step-by-step of anything because I don't even know step-by-steps of anything. I almost failed a math class in college because it was math for teachers. I was an education major for a hot minute and I didn't know the step-by-steps and I needed to know the step-by-steps to teach. I just knew the answer. Okay. So my brain normally, this is just how I think, but you can change how you think. Now, if you're a detail person, that is an asset to you. It is a gift, okay? But you can be a big picture thinker and be that detailed person too. And holy moly, like you really got a lot of things going on for you. But what I'm here to say is that I caught that vision, and I need to go back to my story. But when I got the product in my body as a customer, y'all, it took 5 days, and I was like, holy moly, what have I found? And then I was scared to death, because when I got on the phone with Tony and she started painting this picture of this company, and that I could earn up to $660 on my first $800 in sales, and I could earn $1,320 on my first $1,600 in sales, guys, that was Christmas cash for us. That was going to get us out of such a bind. The only way I was going to pay for Christmas that year was if I took on more patients and I went and worked extra, because I was a contract therapist. Okay. That was the only way I was going to do Christmas for my kids that year. I love Christmas, y'all. I love Christmas. Yes, I probably go over the top for Christmas, but I wanted to give my kids the Christmas that I'd always given my kids. So you know what? That right there, just the VIP bonus, the VIP 800, the VIP 1600, that right there is what I was like, oh my gosh, well, I know way more than 4 or 5 people that need this. And I also, when I was on the phone with Tony, she put me on the phone with Paul Gravett, one of our co-founders and co-CEOs. Her friend introduced her to Thrive, and he said, you know, you've got a lot of tired, exhausted mama friends that need this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I do. So again, things that we've talked about so far, guys, I hope you're catching on to this. Guys, these are like keys to success in this business. This is how you get from where you are to never being stuck again. Okay. This is how you get from, I don't ever want to go back to feeling that way. I don't ever want to be in this financial hole again. I want options for my family. I want options. I want options. I want options. Listen to these things: simplicity, stories, success, and painting a picture. You guys are already seeing what this is doing in the lives of so many people across the globe. You've got to voice that to that person that does not yet know. So that is why connections are so key. Paul being on the phone and he's saying, you know, you've got a lot of tired, exhausted mama friends that need this. Heck yes, I do. I mean, I'm immediately seeing all those people. The funny thing is, I never imagined they would all tell me no. Like, I'm like, well, how do you tell me no, right? Still, some of them were telling me no, right? But I was visualizing, you know, my daughter's friends' moms, my son. I mean, I've got 4 kids. Yeah, I've got all different mama circles. Yes, I know people that need this. Now, today, I know that more than just the tired, exhausted mama needs this. But back then, that's who I was. I mean, that is what defined me. And so that is who I knew. Who I was who I knew I could help. Does that make sense? Now, you guys know, and that's why the stories are so important, because Courtney's story is not the same as Patsy's story, but Courtney can use Patsy's story. I don't know why my voice is doing this today, but Courtney can use Patsy's story to relate to someone that is more similar to that story. That is, y'all, I'm telling you, the stories that we have, Jason Camper said this years and years and years ago, y'all, it's how we've gone to a multi-billion-dollar global business. Stories create emotions, and emotions create movements. And the people that you have seen that have created a totally different life for their family with this opportunity are because they have absolutely 100%, without a doubt, they have bought into what this product can do for people. They know the stories. They don't go a day without hearing a story of what this has done for someone. I mean, I get frustrated when my rock star team won't connect their new people with me, because I'm like, I want to hear the new stories too. I don't just want the new stories that I'm personally creating. I want to know. I want to know about your new person that's on day 10 that feels like $1 million. That's your customer. I don't care about necessarily hearing from the brand new promoter. I want to hear about that new customer and how they're feeling in their first 10 days, right? Because that sets my soul on fire. Also, the people that have completely transformed their lives, the way we think is, we know that this is a vehicle to get us places. Y'all, option, Amber will tell you, I see you on here, girl. It has been the word that I've spoken about over and over and over again. If you think that you join this company and you're on this today with Lisa Fuller so you can be 200K, that is not going to get you very far. Okay. What does 200K mean? For me, that first step was 12K. And I will tell you, I didn't think that I would be a 12K. 12K auto bonus earners, those are for people, that's other people, not people like me. I'd never been able to do that before, right? Those are other people do that. You know what Tony said to me? She goes, Mauria, you don't understand how fast this can grow. Because see, you go VIP 800, you go VIP 1600, you help these 3 people go VIP 800, VIP 1600. You're well over 4K. You've earned your iPad. Now we're earning Maui gems. Sorry, I'm still old school. I'm still the old, I told somebody the other day, I'm like the grandma here now. We've got generations and generations. I'm like the grandma. But then you help a couple of people earn their Maui gems, you are 12K. So again, painting that picture, she believed in me before I believed in myself. She knew how quickly this could grow because she had already seen it. If you haven't personally seen things grow quickly in your own organization, that's why you got it. Like, you don't ever look at someone else's organization to compare, okay? Because bottom line is, Dana, you have God-given gifts. You are you. You have been put in this place with the people around you. You have your circle for a reason. This is your story. Your story is different than Angela's. Angela has God-given gifts. She has people that have been put into her life to bless for a reason. We don't ever look at someone else's journey to compare. We only look at someone else's journey to inspire. Okay. And one of the biggest pieces of advice I've just gotten is, because I'm telling y'all, I'm leveling up too. Like, I am growing. I will grow this year as a person, as a leader, so I can do a better job for you guys. But I also have a legacy that I'm building for my family. All right. But one of the biggest pieces of advice is that when you're inspired by that other person, try to figure out, look for how they think. Don't necessarily look at what they do, but how do they think? I'm gonna give you guys something right here. Twin, I don't know if you're on here, but that girl is an Instagram genius full. Like, I don't know if anyone could ever be Twin if we're playing the comparison game when it comes to that, right? Everybody loves her. We're blowing up the chat. But here's the deal. I'm not gonna quit or give up or not do Instagram because Twin is going to kick my tail every second of the day. No. And why would you're like, Mario, why would you? Like, that makes no sense. Well, let me tell you guys, some of the reasons that you guys quit or you slow down or you want to give up, we're looking at you going like, why the heck would you? Here's the deal. The people that see my Insta may not see Twin's Insta, right? And it's not a comparison thing. It's a growth thing. I'm telling you right now, that tired, exhausted mama that is crying at home right now, it's 11:30. She sent her kids to school. She's trying to work from home. She's got laundry to do. She's absolutely exhausted. She wants to go work out. She's overwhelmed. When she sees my post about the simplicity of Thrive, or she sees a story, she doesn't give a crap how pretty my Instagram is. She's like, what I've been for. And you have to think in that way. Now, what I can do is I can be like, but how does Twin think? Like, what is it that makes her so great? I'll tell you, I mean, I haven't like asked her, hey girl, what are you thinking? But I can watch her and I can see her successes and I can know she went all in with this. She saw an opportunity. This changed her life. She's like, holy moly, this will create options for me and my family for years to come. And I'm taking all my friends on this ride with me. Okay, that is how she thinks. How she thinks is, I'm sure she has some bad days because we all do, but she shows up over and over and over and over again. She teaches, she trains, she loves on her people. She's going to hit every company promotion that's out there because she's going to lead the way. So that right there, y'all, okay, how inspired. Look, I got goosebumps and I'm talking about my own team member here and I see y'all blowing her up too and I love this. But think about that, y'all. That is what is to inspire us. It's not to compare ourselves with based on our own gifts or knowledge or whatever. Now, as you can see, if you looked at my Instagram 3 years ago and you look at it now, Amber's like, Mauria, you got it going on. Why? Because I'm making a commitment to grow and be better. But you know what my gift is? My gift is speaking to you guys. My gift is painting a picture of possibility. My gift is having conversations with you guys and saying, here, we got to shake off whatever it is that's holding you back, because holy moly, the world is at your fingertips here, and we can't let this pass us by. And y'all, there was such a sense of urgency. I will tell you, in 2013, I don't even know if I've ever shared this before, but there was a girl from the place that I used to live that posted something, and I thought it looked like our women's capsules. And I was like, oh, no, you don't. Because if anybody goes and introduces this to everybody I know, it's going to be me. But see, y'all, that was one of the things. And again, when you talk about what you're planning, y'all, I'm telling you, what we hear is what we're going to react to and what we're going to move with. And in that very first Thrive Experience video from day one, and it's not that long anymore. It used to be like 7 minutes long. I don't know how we held anybody's attention at that point. I'm telling you, the company has grown for the better, right? Like we're always like finding ways to improve and move forward and move along with the times and catch people and grow, right? But it said your friends are going to hear about it. They may as well hear about it from you. Y'all, I'm telling you, 7 years later, your friends are going to hear about it. They may as well hear about it from you. Do I have friends that are not yet thriving with me? Yes. But I've also signed up a whole lot of people that I do know, and they are thriving with me. So you know what I'm on a constant mission to do? I'm on a constant mission to connect with new people. Guess what? My son just, and I don't know if you guys know this story, but you know, I have 3 boys. My oldest son is little. He's done very well in the baseball world. Then I have twin boys. One of the twins made the elite baseball team. One did not. So I dealt with the twin mama little heartbreak thing, but we didn't dwell on heartbreak. You know what? We had a very honest conversation with him, and we said, here's the deal. You didn't make it now, but you can continue going to lessons and you can try out for the spring. You're going to have to work. We don't know, but you're going to have to put in the work, and you're going to have to work harder. He just made a little baseball team, and guess what? I don't know a single mama on that team. Guess what? More opportunities just open, because those are mamas. They're going to be spending all this money on travel baseball, and I guarantee you they're tired and exhausted if they're not thriving. So there you go. But, okay, guys, are you seeing opportunities, or are you seeing excuses? I'm going to share just a few notes that I took yesterday, just kind of a start for me personally of something that I'm doing, just kind of wanting to get my mind in the right place. Because guys, let me tell you, last year was probably the hardest year for most people. Okay. If anything, it jacked with our minds. Okay. For our company grew. My team grew. This plan B paid a lot of bills for people that they lost their plan A. Okay. The mental health of our world has been put to test and has been shaken. So we have to make a decision. I don't care. You can take all the Thrive, but you have to put yourself in a good place mentally. And you've got to be surrounding yourself by people that are also in a good place mentally. Okay. We can, just like I said, son, we could have stayed in Debbie Downer. You're not, you didn't make it. We're going to be sad. We're going to cry because brother did, you didn't. No, we don't do that. Just like my son is a type 1 diabetic. When he got type 1 diabetes, what did we do? Did we go into, I did go through grieving stage, so I'm not going to say that, but did we go into, we're just going to wallow into our self-pity and be absolutely distraught and devastated forever and see this as a life curse? Or are we going to find solutions, find the best things possible for him, that we can move him forward every single day, that he can be the healthiest kid in his circle? What are we going to do? We always y'all, we always have a choice. And now more than ever, you've got to armor up and make sure your mind is in a good place, right? Because what we think about we will bring about. And that's why I love just having our sights set on good things, right? And all the stories that we have here. I mean, you can't hang around with thrivers and not have just some goodness flowing through the room, right? It was so funny. At our ranch, we had some hunters there, and basically I sealed the deal for a girl to now thrive with her other friend that she's had a free account with for forever. But we were talking about we're just having conversation. We're just hanging out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, in Wyoming, we went on a family vacation, and I thought I wasn't going to have my thrive because that's a whole other story that my luggage didn't make it. Never, ever, ever millionaire tip. Never check your thrive. Always carry on. Okay. But I just remember, I told her, I was like, I literally woke up so many times that night, like praying, like, God, okay, God, please just let my thrive get here, or please, like, let me feel good. Like, I don't know how you're going to do this for me, but like, I can't feel bad. And I was terrified, y'all, to go back to my old self. I didn't want to be my old self on a family vacation in Wyoming in a winter wonderland, right? Thank God I got my thrive. I did get my thrive. And it was all great. But so I know we've got a lot of leaders on here. If you are 4K and you're guiding your team, you're a leader, okay? Leadership is influence, all right? If you're 12K, guess what? You're leading your team. As a 12K in this company, I've said this a zillion times. Woohoo, you hit 12K. Guess what? Now try to get everybody else on your team to 12K. All right. Those people that got you to 12K, if they want this, they deserve to be at 12K too. You're 40K, great. Now let's go get the rest of your team to 40K. You're 80K, great. Who can get to 4K? Get a pair of Maui Jims. Who can you get to 12K? They need their car paid for too. Who can you help get to 40K? You see what I'm saying? This is all it. Everything works together. That's why I love this company. I love the business model that they set up for us, because the more success the more people you help create options, the more options you will personally have for your family. That's how it should be. We should always be celebrating the successes of others. And I'll tell you what, it's pretty darn fulfilling to know that you play a role, even if it's a small role, in those options that you've been able, that family's been able to create for themselves because of this vehicle and because you decided to go all in and get out there and be willing to share. But a couple of things, leaders. So leaders don't control, they empower. Leaders don't spend, they invest. They don't think problems, they think possibilities. Leaders don't motivate, they inspire. Lisa can work it, Amber can work it, Chaz can work it. We cannot motivate you. What motivates you is, who was it that said, I want to get out of this debt? You getting out of debt will motivate you. You getting out of debt, and you, especially when you list all that out and you start chipping away at it, and if you got that visual, that's going to motivate you to pick up the phone when you don't want to. It's going to motivate you to hop on the Zoom when you don't want to. You're not always going to want to. The heck, there's some days I don't want a mom, but you do. I mean, how many times have you been like, oh my gosh, like this is really my main job and I'm not feeling it today, but I'm going to do it, but it is it's what you're going towards. I mean, there's some people that you throw anything at them, whether it be going to Cabo. I mean, a lot of you guys, one of the girls on my team that's a Lavelle millionaire, she joined me because she saw me in Cabo on that very first lifestyle getaway. And she's like, I just want 3 or 4 paid vacations a year. There's a lot of people here that they just want to go on a vacation a couple of times a year. They just want a car payment made for them every single month. But here's what I'm saying. If you're just wanting that, you are selling yourself short as to the opportunities that we have here, because we got stuff that's going to take you far, far beyond just having your car paid for every month, just going on a vacation a couple of times a year. This is stuff that they take you on a lifestyle getaway to introduce you to this lifestyle of having enough money in the bank. You don't have to worry what the thing costs, and you just go and you have your good time. And then you turn around and you can go do that with your own family, right? Dave Ramsey is how I got into the business. Oh, side hustle for baby step 2. I love it. How fun is that? Okay, so is it Jeannie? I don't know how to say her name, but she's basically sharing that that's how she got into this business, is because she dove into Dave Ramsey wanting to get out of debt. Hello, you need a side business. There you go. Was the car loan. I love that. Well, I paid off $80,000 in student loan debt with this company in my first 6 months. And that was huge for us because that was suffocating. We paid more in it was my student loan debt. It was my husband's student loans. We paid more in that than most people pay for their mortgage. It was suffocating. And to just wipe that slate clean was absolutely empowering. And it just allowed us to breathe. It created. So a couple of things I want to just close with is I want you guys to really kind of figure out, what are you going to do to get your mind seeing far beyond just next week, this year. Hopefully you guys have your vision boards. I actually printed mine out. That is going to be done today. What I have in front, I have my I am statement. If you're not doing your I am statements, you need to do your I am statements. I thought those were so cheesy once upon a time too, but man, looking back when I save those and then I go back and look at them, I'm like, holy moly, like it really, what we speak about, what we envision, what we write down, what we work towards, we really can create. And so, yes, I did my dream board for the end of December. I love that. I paid off debt following me for 20 plus years. It feels so great. I love that. I always say that this opportunity really gave us a second chance at life. Like it let us just kind of wipe the slate clean, start all over, and make good decisions, moving forward. So it's just, I don't know, lots of good things ahead. I have no idea what this announcement is going to be, but here's what I'm going to tell you. There will always be distractions. Whatever this announcement is going to be huge. And it's going to be one of those things where you can watch it or you can dive right in and run with. I highly recommend diving right in and running with. I highly recommend setting your own personal goals. Talk to your husband about it. Talk to your kids about it. Talk to your who are you close to? Your aunt, your niece, your mom, whoever. Set some goals that seem kind of crazy. And whatever you do, if they're not in that mindset of understanding goals, then do not let them discourage you or hold you back. You've got to armor up in this year so that the distractions that will be all around us don't stop you from running after what's in store for you and your family. Doors will open, but you have to be moving towards them. Okay. Doors will open. You just got to be moving towards them. So this has been a great kickoff. I mean, we've got 345 people on here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for kicking off your year with us. Lisa, thank you for all that you do. If you guys took any pictures, be sure and tag me. I'd love to throw that on my story because I'm figuring out the story thing. If you haven't signed up for Ultimate Thriver, I mean, it's out there. I feel like I've had more interest from friends this year than I did last year. Maybe because we're kind of promoting it a little bit more. But yeah, be sure and get that out there. I don't know, any last minute closing, anything, Lisa, before we hop off?
I'm just so glad that you were able to get on and share because it's like I just looked at my numbers in the cloud office and we hit 855 this last month, 855 auto bonus earners. Like I can't even
Oh my
imagine
gosh.
from me under, like I can't even imagine how many you have on your team. And people like I just think about, you were with another company, I've been with another company, and no one ever like getting to 12K and making an extra $1,000 a month, getting your car paid for, like that does not happen in other companies. I just think people don't realize that. And I just think, this time of year, I think this week, I think I've been approached by like 5 different people with 5 startup companies that are coming. Do I want to be a part of a startup? And it's so funny to me because I'm like, why would anybody want to be a part of a startup? Like, I don't get that. But I look at what we have here at Lavelle and I'm nosy. Like, and I'm sure like your people have approached you with other things. Like, and I think it's like boggles my mind that people don't do their research and realize like no other company. I still have yet to see one that offers $1,320, in their first 14 days. I still
Mhm.
have yet to see one that you don't have to have a required auto ship or that you don't have to have an annual fee or that, it's that easy to get to a 12K income. And I think it's just so cool that like everything that you talked about, every week we have a different 200K on here, and everybody has a different story, but they all say the same things. Like success leaves clues. Like people are following your lead and following the example you're setting. And I think what people like, I really hope people get, you said something on a Zoom once and it stuck with me. You're like, what would Lavelle have to offer you? What would they have to come out with? What would be the thing that would make you go, oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to work this? Like, isn't the 1320 enough? Isn't the fact that we have, just on my team alone, 855 people as of today that have been able to reach their auto bonus? Like, it's insane. And I guess like the only thing I would like to ask you, because I think this time of year is when people start getting that um shiny new object syndrome, where they're like, okay, well, maybe I'm gonna go like try my hand at this, or maybe I'd be luckier over here. And I think people just get so like sidetracked and they're so worried about, like you said, comparing. They're so worried about what everyone else is doing that it's affecting their own business. Like how like, has there ever been 1 second that you've been in this business for 7 years that you've ever thought, oh, maybe it's better somewhere else?
No. I mean, and I no, and I don't. But it's because of what I've seen and what I've experienced, and that's what I'm saying. The stories that we have here, you don't have it anywhere else. So if you think, I mean, my thing is if you think you're going to go over to another company and like try to recruit a bunch of people for a business opportunity, good luck with that, because that's like, talk about getting a door slammed in your face. Most people are not waking up in the morning, guys, looking to join a direct sales company. Most people are waking up in the morning, and this is a Jason Camper quote years ago. They're waking up in the morning wanting to feel better. They're wishing they had slept better last night. They're hoping their back, they're wishing their back doesn't hurt. They're hoping they have enough energy to get through the day. They're hoping they can actually shut their brain off and go to sleep at night. Okay, so what we have here, it's the product and the stories, but then you've got a compensation plan that goes through the roof. Okay, oh wait, so life happened to you, you can't afford to drive, no big deal. Refer 2 friends, you can get it for free every month. That what they put in our first 2 weeks, they're not making a dime doing that. That's their investment. I mean, hello. Oh, and there's been shiny enough object. There have been shiny objects. You do realize, y'all, that since I've been here, there have been people walking out the door. Okay, that's just normal. Okay, so, and there's been shiny new for years. Okay, that's just part of it. I'm sure at some point there might be something that can compare. I've yet to see it. And honestly, with the swagger and confidence and the way Jason Camper thinks, I don't think that's ever going to happen. He wants to win in all things. And this company, he wants to make sure that commitment to premium, that commitment. I mean, there's y'all, the health and wellness industry as a whole is huge. Okay. Right. And there's tons of great products out there, but there's nothing to compare with what we have here, with the simplicity, with the stories that we have, with the fact that every person can thrive for free, with the fact that everyone can come in your first 2 weeks and earn well over $1,000 on your first $1,600 in sales, with the fact that you can have your car paid for at 12K, the fact that all the promotions that they throw out all year long for us, right? They're continuously putting things out, putting things out, putting things out, putting things out. The opportunity to go on a lifestyle getaway 2 or 3, well, three times a year, whatever. It's no, there's nothing like it. What changes is your passion, and there's always going to be shiny objects. There's always going to be people getting in your ear. But y'all, I'm just gonna. I mean, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm gonna compare that to marriage. Like, there's always going to be.
Barbecue.
I mean, there's always going to be something or a distraction. That does not mean that you give up what you have for all the things. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I think in anything that we have in life, I mean, that's just my daughter as an athlete. There's always going to be distractions. There's always going to be things that look really good at the time. There's always going to be things that are probably going to feel really good at the time. But would you do all that and give up all that you've worked for and the foundation that you have? If you don't know, she's a college athlete. Okay, saying, you know what I mean? Like, like same with my son with diabetes. I mean, I think we can compare that, y'all, in every aspect of our life. That is why it's so important how we think, right? And it's so important that you stay true to what you really know and you armor up so that when those distractions come, you're not going to fall prey to them, because you're solid and you're grounded and you know what you have here and you've got those goals that you're moving towards every single day. And if you will keep moving towards those, the doors will open. So get your IM statements written out, get the vision boards updated. What are you going to do this year to commit to growing you, your mind? And what are you going to do about this announcement? I mean, this is going to be so fun. So thank you guys so much.
I
I know I went a
cannot
little bit
wait. And
longer.
I have one last question. Where
Oh,
did you get your shirt?
oh, it's Lulu. It's my new running shirt. So I'm kind of a crazy woman, and I started something. I don't know, when did I start this? Maybe in August, but I get up super early in the morning and go run with some mamas. Like I got up this morning at 4:15 to go run at 5:15. So I ran in this at like 34 degrees, but it's warm, but yet it's like moisture wicking or whatever. And then, yeah. So,
I
um,
love the shirts with the thumb holes. Like
oh
I'm
yeah.
addicted
Well,
to
yeah,
those.
because my fingers were absolutely frozen at, I will tell you though, when you start running at 34 degrees and then you just keep running, your body warms up. So, yeah, but I'm telling you, the longer you thrive, the more you find yourself doing crazy things. But they're crazy things that are good for you. Courtney, I can see you. And I think that like that's another thing to be said about dreaming big, crazy dreams. Y'all, I just remember like I'd met somebody once upon a time that made $40,000 a month, and I'm like, what do you even do with $40,000 a month? Like, what do you even do with that? Like Ralph and I were like, what do you even do with that? Well, I mean, like if you need to be inspired by the crazy, because that crazy makes you go, man, but what if I were to work towards that? And what if that were to happen? Something silly that might sound silly to a lot of you, that like I hear little pieces of things and it makes me like want that. I'm like, oh, I want that. And then it's in the back of my mind and then I work for it and then it freaking happens. But I'd heard someone say that their family, they have multiple vacation homes, they kind of VRBO those, and we do some of that too. But they said she makes sure that all of their vacation homes that they VRBO have enough bedrooms and bathrooms for each of their grown children, because they're grandparents now and they have grown children. And I'm like, oh my gosh, well, I just have to make sure that all my vacation homes someday have enough bedroom and bathroom for you know what I mean? Like, but I didn't hear that about that lady and think, oh, well, that's the most ridiculous thing ever, or I'm so jealous of that. I'm like, oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Like, okay, that's a goal for me years down the road when I'm grandma, for when all the kids come home, I want them to have their own bedroom and bathroom. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not going to get a lot of you excited, but to me, it got me excited. See, that's why I say we don't compare ourselves to each other's journey, because we're all on our own. But it's, what is it for you? What do those options mean for you? What do you want? Go freaking get it. This is your vehicle. And it's now more than ever. The position you're in is greater now more than ever. So thank you guys again. We better get off here. I'll keep talking all day.
Thank you
Have a good one.
so much, Maria. We appreciate you. And you guys, we get paid in like 6 minutes.
Oh,
Tuesdays.
fun. It's Tuesday.
Day ever.
Bye, guys.
Thanks so much, Maria. And thank you guys all for hopping on today. You guys, every week, if you're new, this is calls every week, and we have a lineup for the next 2 months. I have two different 200Ks scheduled. Next week, I believe Amber is our guest. Amber Mainquest is another one of our uplines. And if you guys don't know who she is, you're going to hear from her and her story. So you guys plug in, because this is where you guys are going to hear the tips from people that are where you want to be. They've already done it. You can avoid some of the mistakes they've made. You can hear some of the pitfalls that have happened, and learn from, what they're doing that works. And I think that it's so stinking important that, if you've got a Zoom on your schedule, that is a must. Make this, put a triple star by it, set your alarms in your phones. And I'm just so excited just how much this Zoom has grown. And I think it's become a lot of people's favorite Zoom, just because people are so vulnerable on it, and you realize, you know what, if these people did it and their stories resonate with you, then you can too. Um, it's just so crazy how many different lifestyles and people and their backgrounds, and it doesn't matter whether you graduated from high school or you're a doctor. Anybody can come in and make this work for them. And I just want to congratulate all of you on an amazing year. I know our team grew, our numbers grew. I was thinking, as soon as COVID hit, I was like, oh my gosh, this year is going to suck. And I was like, oh my God, numbers are up end of the year. And I'm like, wow, we grew. This is amazing. And if you guys do not think that this year is going to be your year, you're crazy. Like, you guys, the next 5 to 6 months are the biggest months in our business. And I've watched people in January through May double, triple, quadruple their ranks, double, triple, quadruple their incomes. Now is the time. Now is it. It does not, like Maria said before, what would it take, right? Even if Lavelle didn't announce anything Thursday, even if they announced nothing new at this point on, what they already give us is so much. And if, it doesn't inspire you to go help 5 new people this week to reach $1,320 in extra income in 14 days, I don't know what else would. So I hope you guys get out there, share your paychecks today, share with the world. $50, guys, 50 extra dollars this week is somebody out there, somebody on your friends list would kill for an extra $50 to put gas in their car, groceries in their refrigerator. So whatever your paycheck is, be so grateful for it. Put it into the universe. Get your little sticky notes out and write your little goals on and put them all over, plaster them around your house, in your car, in your office, and know where you're headed, because successful people know where they're going and they have a plan. And I hope you guys have your plan set for 2021. I'm so excited to see where this year takes all of you. It's going to be exciting. We're going to pop a lot of new 80Ks, 200Ks, 12Ks, 40Ks. It's going to be exciting. So I will see you guys next week with Amber. Same time, same place, same link, and share it. I'd love to see this number grow to 500 this year. This team grow to 500 people. So love you guys. See you guys next week. Thanks again, Maria. Thank you all for pouring into yourselves and being on today.